In the deep reaches of space, a Weyland-Yutani probe discovers the wreckage of the USCSS Nostromo, the ill-fated ship from the original Alien. The probe retrieves a mysterious organic object and transfers it to a larger vessel. As the object is opened, part of it is removed, while the remaining piece reveals the terrifying outline of a xenomorph. On the mining colony of Jackson Star, Rain Carradine works tirelessly, alongside her adoptive brother Andy, a damaged synthetic reprogrammed by her late father to protect her. Rain, an orphan with dreams of a better life, longs to leave the desolate colony and start fresh on the distant planet of Vaga 3. But her hopes are dashed when a Weyland-Yutani clerk unexpectedly doubles her contract hours, trapping her on the barren world. To make matters worse, Andy is attacked by 3 local punks, leaving Rain with little recourse. Just when all seems lost, Rain's ex-boyfriend Tyler reappears with a proposition. Tyler, accompanied by his sister Kay, his younger cousin Bjorn, and their pilot Navarro, invites Rain to join them on the hauler Corbalin 4 for a high-stakes salvage mission. A derelict Weyland-Yutani space station, Renaissance, is drifting dangerously close to the planet's rings and is set to crash in just 36 hours. The station's manifest includes multiple cryostasis chambers, which, if salvaged, could allow the crew to make the long journey to Vaga 3. Tyler needs Andy to interface with the station's computer, MUTHUR 9000, and unlock the chambers. Reluctantly, Rain agrees to the mission. Despite her fears about sending Andy into danger, the Corbalin reaches Renaissance, a massive station divided into 2 parts, Romulus and Remus, named after the legendary founders of Rome. Tyler, Bjorn, and Andy board Romulus, navigating its eerie, malfunctioning corridors. The station's artificial gravity purges at intervals, adding to the growing tension. As they search for the cryo chambers, they stumble upon a science module with a damaged synthetic and a large hole in the floor, seemingly melted by acid. The team eventually locates the cryo chambers, but they find that there isn't enough cryo fuel to get them to Vaga 3. Desperate, Tyler ejects the chambers for Navarro to pick up in the Corbalin, while they continue searching the station for more fuel. Meanwhile, Kay, feeling unwell, reveals to Rain that she is pregnant. Rain also learns from Navarro that Bjorn's hatred of synthetics stems from a mining accident where a synthetic supervisor chose to save other miners over Bjorn's mother. Tyler, Bjorn, and Andy reach the station's deeper levels, where they trigger a lockdown in their search for extra cryo fuel. With the team trapped and unable to lift the lockdown, Rain and Navarro are forced to board the station to assist them. Unbeknownst to them, a cache of cryopreserved facehuggers has begun to thaw, and the nightmare aboard Renaissance is about to begin. To override the lockdown, Rain suggests installing a module from the damaged synthetic into Andy. This plan works, but just as Andy regains control, the facehuggers emerge from their pods and attack. The team narrowly escapes, but not before a facehugger latches onto Navarro. Back at the main science lab, the crew struggles to remove the creature from Navarro without killing her, as its tail tightens around her neck. In a desperate move, Rain reactivates the damaged synthetic, who identifies himself as Science Officer Rook. Rook reveals that the station had once retrieved a xenomorph from the Nostromo's wreckage, but the creature had nearly destroyed the station before it was killed. He warns the crew that there is little they can do to save Navarro, but Tyler insists they try anyway. They manage to dislodge the facehugger using cryo-fuel, but the danger is far from over. As they prepare to leave, Andy, whose directives have been altered by Rook's module, decides that the Corbalin cannot leave while Navarro might be hosting a xenomorph. He tries to prevent Navarro and Bjorn from leaving, but they seal the airlock, trapping Tyler, Rain, and Andy on the station. As the Corbalin flies out of control, Navarro begins to convulse. The chest burster within her is emerging. The ship crashes into a fuel tank and then into Romulus's hangar, destabilizing the entire station. The crew now has only 1 hour to escape before the station is destroyed by the planet's rings. Kay, who was knocked unconscious during the crash, awakens on the Corbelan to find Navarro dead and the chestburster missing. As she moves through the ship, she discovers the creature has molted and is now cocooned on the wall. Bjorn finds her and tries to kill the cocooned creature with a stun rod, but the attempt backfires. The creature, now partially grown, kills Bjorn with its acid blood and menaces Kay, who barely escapes the ship. Meanwhile, Tyler, Rain, and Andy must navigate a corridor full of facehuggers, masking their heat signatures to avoid detection. But when Kay's frantic pleas come through Tyler's headset, the facehuggers are alerted to their presence. The trio is forced to flee, reaching the hangar bay door where they find Kay trapped on the other side. Andy, realizing that the xenomorph is using Kay as bait, refuses to open the door. As Kay is taken by the creature, Andy reveals that Rook's module has changed his directives to prioritize Weyland-Yutani's interests above all else. Rook, now communicating through a video feed, explains the true purpose of the station. The xenomorphs were being studied to exploit their incredible metabolism, creating a compound that could potentially enhance humanity, allowing them to survive in the harshest environments. Dubbed Prometheus's Fire, this compound is Rook's priority, and he will not allow the Corbelan to leave without it. Armed with pulse rifles, Tyler and Rain are warned not to use them unless absolutely necessary, as the xenomorph's acid blood could breach the station's hull. As they move deeper into the station, they find themselves in a section covered in xenomorph resin, a sign that more than one adult xenomorph is present. Tyler hears cries and discovers Kay, critically injured but still alive, cocooned in the wall. They free her and consider using the compound to stabilize her, but ultimately decide against it. Their escape is short-lived, as they are soon attacked by xenomorphs. Tyler is killed, and Andy is incapacitated, leaving Rain and Kay to flee alone. As they reach the elevator, Rain decides she can't abandon Andy. She sends Kay to the Corbelan and goes back for him. Meanwhile, Kay, fearing for her unborn child, injects herself with the compound. Rain finds Andy and convinces him to let her remove Rook's module, restoring his original directives. But as they attempt to escape, Rook reveals his true nature. He will not let them leave without the compound. Trapped at a dead end, Rain and Andy share a light moment, joking about gravity. This sparks an idea. Rain disables the station's gravity, allowing her to shoot the xenomorphs without causing a hull breach. Navigating the acidic aftermath, Rain and Andy reach the elevator shaft, but gravity purges Trigger again, causing Rain to fall. Her fall is broken by a xenomorph, which she kills, but this allows more creatures to escape. Andy uses the elevator to contain the remaining xenomorphs, defending Rain as they climb back to the Corbelan. Just as the station begins to disintegrate in the planet's rings, Rain disengages the MUTHUR control from the Corbelan and sets the ship on autopilot. But as they prepare for the 9-year journey to Evaga, a terrifying discovery is made. Kay, now critically ill, has given birth to a strange cocoon, the result of the compound's effects. The cocoon hatches, releasing a pale-skinned, rapidly growing hybrid known as the Offspring. Rain attempts to destroy the creature, but it escapes, attacking and fatally wounding Andy. In a final desperate move, Rain lures the Offspring to the cargo bay, where she plans to jettison it into space. As the creature closes in, Rain uses the cocoon's remaining acid to melt through the floor, decompressing the bay and sending the Offspring into the planet's rings. Back on the Corbelan, Rain places Andy's damaged body in a cryopod, promising to repair him before entering a pod herself. As the ship begins its long journey to Evaga III, Rain's final log plays, detailing their harrowing ordeal and hopeful arrival at their